First two starts of the season has been darn good, and he joins us this morning on MLB Central. Kyle, good morning to you. You seem so in control. Bases loaded, no outs, heart of the Phillies order, just navigating it with ease. What's been working so well for you?
Yeah, situations like that are a lot of fun. Definitely don't want to be in them, but to be able to get out of a situation like that is great. I got to attribute a lot to it to my battery mate Hunter Goodman. From the jump for the start of the season, first two starts, he's been incredible for me behind the dish, doing a great job blocking, game calling. I think over my 12 innings of throwing, I think I've shooken him twice, so he's been phenomenal.
Wait, you say that's fun? I mean, have you always felt that way? Beginning of your career, that situation's fun?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has not changed at all. Those are the situations, those moments, those high octane moments. That's what we live for. That and winning World Series. That's the stuff that we love to put ourselves into, be a part of, and see how we stack up.
He doesn't view himself as a pitcher.
What do you mean?
He's a ball player. He was making you got to get out of the way. The play at the plate. That's almost the second time I've watched you get hurt, like covering a bag or doing stuff like that. But you're fully invested. You don't just view yourself as the guy who's throwing the ball that night. You're trying to help any way you can.
No, man, yeah, I'm going. Any way I can help the team win, I'm going to do it. If it's running the bases, I'm going to do that. If I need to lay down a bunt, even though pitchers don't hit anymore, I'm there for it. Whatever 10 needs, I'm there for him.
All right, you got a new toy. Tell us about it. I noticed it. Your first start opening day, you were throwing this sweeper slurvy thing, breaking about 5 feet across the plate. Where'd you come up with this?
Yeah, I got a little nugget of information from a buddy of mine. Right when camp was getting started, that I could kind of mess with the grip, mess with some spin orientation. Got in our pitching lab, started working on it, and sure enough, it's paying pretty good dividends right now. Getting a lot of swing and misses, a lot of strikeouts on it. It's great.
Kyle, asking you about pitching at home as opposed to on the road. I've watched these last two road starts. Filthy. That slider is unhittable when it's executed. What is it like? I know for me, going to Coors Field was a nightmare. Trying to do anything, sinking the ball, making my slider act appropriate. What is the mindset of somebody who that's their home ballpark in today's world? I know the humidifier. Just talk to what it's like being on the road as opposed to being home, and is there anything different you do?
Well, every guy who plays for the Colorado Rockies and pitches for the Rockies is going to come up with their own formula of what they need to do when we're on the road at sea level and we're at home at high altitude. For me, it's just making those small adjustments, home to road, road to home, vice versa. And our hitters got to deal with that same stuff. But for me, it's just starting things and finishing things in just slightly different areas, understanding that the ball's not going to move exactly like we would like it to at sea level. So we have to plan for that at Colorado.
Look, I got to follow up right there. You're exactly right. For me, it was just calming down my delivery. I got one more for you. I played for Buddy Black. Doesn't get a whole lot of run because of the division you're in. Buddy Black's as good of a manager, as good of a pitching coach as I've ever been around. Speak to your skipper.
Yeah, 10's awesome. The only manager I've had in the big leagues. I've been with him for 9 years now. Got nothing but great things. He's always been in my corner. I've always been in his corner. He's taught me a lot over the years. He's a guy that I'm sure that I will be staying in touch with for the rest of my life, just because of everything that he's done for me and this organization.
Kyle, speaking of the division, we were talking in the previous segment about the National League West. It is a gauntlet. I know you haven't gotten to the heart of your division schedule, but as your team finds its way this season, just your overall impressions of the teams that share that division with you.
It's a fun division. We get to stack up against some of the very best in the game, which is, like I said, it's a lot of fun being able to match up against guys like that. The Dodgers, the Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks going to the World Series 2 years ago. It's a ton of fun going up against those teams. I love the NL West. Obviously been here for my entire career. Grew up Colorado, NL West title, stuff like that. So for me, I love battling in this division. I personally think that it's the toughest division in baseball.
You say he's as fun as he is good. I want stories. Come on.
No, this guy's a killer.
Wait, why?
Hey, dreary rain in Philly, hooded sweatshirt, delay game. How many cheesesteaks you taking down? I mean, you're doing more than one, I guarantee that.
I've already got one pre-ordered for postgame. We'll just say that.
I love it.
Best cheesesteak in Philadelphia, everyone will fight. It's in the Phillies visiting clubhouse.
That's correct. That's a great number.
It's right in the clubhouse.
Oh, there's records. There's people that try and take down.
Our strength coach has a record.
How
for
many?
a single series, 25 and a half.
What?
Oh,
Over
my
a four-game
God.
set?
And how many
Over a four-game set,
Four?
25 and a half cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I believe that's the number.
And how bad did he wreck the bathroom?
I think the cheese would stop you up, wouldn't it?
I mean, you would think. It didn't.
His wife had bone broth waiting for him when he got home back to Colorado.
God.
He was in shambles for a little bit.
No, me and Kyle, the last 2 years, have gone out to Wally Joyner's foundation out in Cabo and played golf together.
Oh, nice.
After
You said he's a really good golfer.
Yeah, he's a stick, scratch. Yeah, he's good.
It's good.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Appreciate that, D-Row.
You got it. What'd you have for breakfast?
Actually, Scotty Oberg, he's got a bagel shop by his house here in Philly. So he stopped by, grabbed me and Mac some bagels, and we crushed some Taylor's ham, egg, cheese.
There you go.
On everything bagel.
You know, Kyle, my son went to school out in Colorado, and obviously he's a Jersey kid, but he loved Colorado, beautiful state, but he always says the bagels, it's something about the water in this part of the country that just brings out the best in the bagel. He couldn't find a good bagel place in Colorado.
He's not wrong.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Kyle, we appreciate
East Coast.
Kyle, we appreciate the time, man. Congratulations on your great start. Good luck today, and best of luck the rest of the way in 2025. All right, time for baseball plays. A lot of Mets plays here.
Oh, yes?
You thought you were getting out of Mets baseball for a day or two, Ronnie? No such luck. So unbaseball plays of the day. Let's start with this. This is unbaseball where, again, physical errors, it happens. Mental errors, no. Cole Keith in the second inning, that's a bad play.
Remember, Keith took a lot of grounders at first base because he's not going to play second base. Now the injury, of course, has put him at second base. The timing is just off.
2 outs there. Again, it looks like got no one. Led to an inning there against the Mariners. Pretty big inning, so that hurts. You don't want to beat guys up making errors. It happens. Mets and Marlins meantime, men on first and second, nobody out. Tyrone Taylor's a good defensive player, just lost this.
Can I tell you what the most unbelievable thing about this play is?
Yeah.
Neither an out nor a run was recorded. Like, there's so many mistakes on both sides of the ball. There's base running mistakes, defensive mistakes. Nobody scores, no outs.
Here it is, yeah.
The roof was open. Very rare in Miami. The outfielders had a terrible time the entire game.
Interesting. Be right. But the guy in third, lead runner there, could have scored. And then the guy at first got crossed up with the guy at second because he couldn't go because the guy on third.
Yeah, both the two trail runners both put their heads down and didn't look what was going on ahead of them until it was almost too late.
And now
there was no out.
Let's go to the baseball he plays of the day with this. Luis Torrens. Look, he gets a bad throw here. This is at bottom of the 8th, game tied. And look at this tag play, which was overturned on replay, Ronnie.
But the great thing about it is that the throw is on the wrong side. He had to dive, and he just got it underneath a finger of the base runner, Edwards.
Good use of replay, too. They saw this clearly. It was hard to see at first, but they saw it. Like, no, he hit that wrist on the way in. He was absolutely out. And then from there, look at this, caught stealing. From his knees.
The Mets started as a bad defensive team last season. One of the reasons they got much better, Luis Torrens came to the team on May 1st.
Let's go to the Rockies and Phillies, bottom of the 4th here. Kyle Schwarber is over on third. Little bouncer. He's going to wait. And that's Kyle Schwarber taking off. Look at this. What a play.
Fast to be a good base runner.
Speedy Schwarber, they call him now.
Your instincts have to be, even if you're a good base runner. I don't know if you go on that, Ronnie, but he did, and he was safe.
You know, I love the aggressive play. Almost takes the pitcher, Freeland, out at home plate. But, the catcher never gave him any kind of a look. That's why he was able to run unfettered.
Guardians and Padres, here's a first and third situation, and Tatis is on third. He's ready to rock, and what are they doing?
Well, that's the key about this place, is that a catcher always has to look the base runner back, and especially Tatis. Yeah. He wants to run from the get-go.
That's the moment for the pump.
Yeah.
See if you could nab the guy at third base.
And then here, first and third, man on second, no out's got a sack bunt.
Well, it's a suicide squeeze to end the game, and for some reason, with 1 out and winning run scoring, they threw to first base.
Look at Bryce Turang. That's a
I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong play. I'm on the wrong play.
Turang defensively, and then from there, Turang bunting with first and third in the bottom of the 11th.
Yes, that's the winning play. I'm sorry.
That defensive play, that's a gutsy play. Like, he's going to put his head in the middle of a knee, then he bunts it down. Brewers like doing that, though.
Bryce Turang is one of the best defensive second basemen in the game, a gutsy player. He's one of those guys at the end of the game, he's done 2 or 3 things to help your team win.
Kind of defines the Brewers kind of team.
That's
they
right.
want.
Completely baseball.